That's fantastic. Do
Yeah.
you want me to stop sharing my screen so that way your cam can pop up?
It's up to you, man. See how you plan to roll this. If you wanna stop the screen and then we start sharing the screen again. Eventually, it's fine.
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, Let me
yeah.
turn that off.
We can still give a couple more minutes. I think more people
Pop
are
in.
gonna join. So yeah, maybe 2 3 more minutes until everyone is here.
Okay.
Yes, we can wait some 5-10 minutes before we get started. I'm excited to see the game live here on the AMA.
Yeah, I don't know how to swap it over to your camera.
Who's
Your
what? What do you mean?
your So I'm still sharing my. Let's just go with sharing the game screen for now, and
Sure.
then we can do an interview later on that's very targeted and for a larger audience,
Mm-hmm.
where we'll have you come forward. So let's just go with what works today, since it's the first time for us doing this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
More people coming in. Just give it some time.
Yeah, I see a few more. Excellent.
Yeah. Today we play two more games. And man, it's just exciting. It's very exciting to see things coming up. And finally the first product of Onyx is coming to into existence. And after all this time that we have spent, I think it's a it's a very great moment, like for all the team and everyone that has been involved to be able to see everything coming up together.
I think I'm gonna share the story how I never knew who you were, and I was having conversations with you for, I don't know, what was it, 5 months or so?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea you were the CEO of Onyx, and I would just chime in and just talk with you, and I'd say, hey, maybe this is a good idea, or maybe they should try this, or what does this mean?
uh-huh.
And then one day you're like, do you know who I am? I was like, you're a white wizard. I don't know.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I thought it was fun. It was funny. It was really funny.
You're
But
always
good. I think I was good too in the same way, because I like to interact with people, and some people know me, other people don't know me. But I think that is it also gives me an interesting feeling. It's just like the wizard. Sometimes he appears, sometimes he disappears. Just it's just like magic. And I love magic.
Oh, you're a big Magic fan?
I love magic. Yes, yes, absolutely.
Uh, yeah, I was definitely a fan when I was a kid for sure. I thought David Copperfield was a real magician, man. I didn't know it was all illusions. But I mean, I was a kid. That dude was like made the Statue of Liberty disappear. I didn't know any better.
Oh yeah, I don't know that story.
Yeah, he did it for a big old show, and he like made it disappear in the background in New York. But it was just a giant mirror that you couldn't, like, you didn't know. But I mean, I was
Mm.
a kid when that happened, so for me, I was like, oh, he really made it disappear.
Awesome.
Like yeah, he used to do TV shows in the evenings. He would do specials. You
Mm.
know, you have a couple million people tune in to watch him make, do magic stuff.
Right. And so it's already 3 o'clock, so maybe we can begin.
Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. For
All right.
those of you that have tuned in, we've got four newcomers in here. Listen, this is going to be the first AMA that we're going to do this. And for you, we want you to see what we see in the game. We want to introduce you to this. So just so you know, I'm King Davey. We also have the CEO Tordan here, the crypto wizard. And then we have another team member, Trey Trillionaire, as well. Now, this is 100% sponsored by the Onyx team and the AOC team at the same time. So whenever you want to know what's really going on, you can interact with us. But more importantly, we want you to go to Army of Crypto, and we want you to go to Onixcoin.io and check out these chains, check out these teams, check out the work we're doing. Because in the background, this is 2.5 years worth of work to come to this point. And we're pretty excited because the July 4th alpha test group is going to be the ones that get all the rewards early on. They're going to be first in the door, first to be able to experience what this game is. And every bug that you find, you get rewarded with not only a little crypto, but we will never forget those that were here in the early process. If you've ever been around crypto projects or new businesses, it's always the OGs. It's always the original gangsters. It's always the people that were there first that we never forget. So thank you for being here, because today you're going to be one of those first that we never forget. So with that being said, Tordan, is there, let's do a small intro for you and just tell them a little bit about yourself and how you came to be in the Onyx sphere.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, thanks for the introduction. Thanks for sharing about Onyx. It's very nice to be here and sharing a little bit about myself and a little bit about Onixcoin and the whole project that we have been developing. So, I'm from Brazil. I was born and raised in Brazil, but then in 2009, I got to travel to Taiwan, and I got to live in Taiwan for about 13 years. And this was one of the most incredible journeys that I had in my entire life, because I met amazing people, and I got to travel and do a lot of interesting things. And there, I met one of the co-founders of Onyx, which is called Ryan, and we were discussing, hey, right now the crypto is booming, we have a lot of ideas, we have some resources, we should do something, And then throughout our discussion, we decided to launch Onyx, and as we were, working on the ideas and building and putting everything together, we knew that the future of gaming would be promising, like even though if you look at the data, that the gaming industry is just it just keeps growing and has no way to stop, especially with new technology coming in, and GameFi, blockchain, artificial intelligence, so it's a very promising industry to be, and I'm very excited to be launching, games. Army of Crypto is going to be the first game and prototype that we're going to have, and it's a very fascinating and exciting experience, because with Army of Crypto, many doors are going to open. Right now we have a product, right? We are coming from the phase of theory. Say, hey, we have the blockchain. We're creating all the tools. We're coming from the time of just speaking words to now showing what we have done. And so we can take everything that we have built so far, and we can approach venture capital companies. We can start looking for the big guys, the guys that have money to invest, that's who sees the project, who believes in the project, and then we can tell them, propose, hey, we've got this is our vision, and this is what we're aiming to do. And so from that point, everything becomes possible, because one thing that is limiting the speed of the development right now is capital, right? With limited amount of cash, you have your hands tied. But we are aware of that, and with that in mind, with the product in hands right now, everything becomes easier to talk to investors, easier to build the community, easier to get people on board, and that sounds like a very exciting path to be on.
So, in your experience, and obviously you have quite a bit. By the way, I didn't know that you had met Ryan over in Taiwan. I didn't know that. And of course, Ryan is an OG for Onyx itself, and without his caring and his generosity, Onyx may have never been born. It was his actions that led to rescuing people from a failed project because an exchange screwed them over. It was his actions that actually made a lot of us have a faith not only in the Onyx chain itself, but in the team of people that cared enough to do that in the first place. So that was the original Grow coin that actually was exchanged over for Onyx, to help out a lot of people in regards to the beginning of Onyx. So, in your opinion, what's your favorite thing about this journey? Because it's not over yet. But what's your favorite part about it so far?
Well, my favorite part, by the fact of the ups and downs, a lot of challenges and everything. I just love to be involved in a project that we carry the vision together, and I love the fact that we get to develop ourselves as we develop the project. I always say that the project is just a mirror of how we are able to develop ourselves. So the more successful we are in terms of knowing who we actually are, in terms of knowing our potential self, in terms of knowing that we are unlimited in regards to creation, and that the only limit that we may face is the limit that we put in ourselves. The better we become, and the better we become as a project. So what the favorite part is knowing more about myself and seeking for more skills to become better in what I do so that I can apply in the project. This is what excites me the most. Like in working with the people that are in the project as well is a quite an exciting thing. And it's gonna be even more exciting from now on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if we ever have to write a self-help book, I know I'm going to co-star with it, that's for sure. Um, Without a doubt, the project as we grow, you know, we looked for individuals, we looked for growth, we've looked for connections, and I think probably the most exciting part was the loyalty. We've all had loyalty to each other. We didn't sack up, we didn't go away, we didn't quit. It took time and patience, but those who persevered definitely came out better on the other side. For those who are listening in right now, you're so early to the project. You're so early to a lot of projects. You don't realize this is an EVM. This is an Ethereum virtual machine, essentially. So not only do we have the ability to onboard indie games, gaming systems, we also have the ability to create tokens, run NFTs. Oh, and by the way, smart contracts are built right into the backside of it as a proof of stake system. So
Yep.
you don't know, but this is basically Ethereum on steroids. And it's tough because a lot of people were afraid to say something like that. But Ethereum, the chain itself, Onyx can go toe to toe with it, and it's a
Yep.
thousand times cheaper.
And the thing that as I always say to people when I'm talking about Onyx, man, like it's such a blast for other projects to have the entire infrastructure built only for gaming. Because whenever you go to Ethereum in other platforms, like the entire network can get congested, because there are so many projects running simultaneously, and different projects too. We have DeFi, you have GameFi, and you have other projects that are built in other infrastructures that like it drives the gas fee up high, and it's kind of like it is not a specific niche. That infrastructure is not built for a specific niche, but just to onboard any kind of project. And I think this is one of our differentiation from other infrastructures as well. Our main goal is really to focus. We're not even gonna focus on the big AAA studios. We're gonna focus on the indie game developers. Like those guys who are in their room. They love gaming. They have a lot of passion about gaming, and they are developing their games, but they struggle when taking actions to go to the market, like to present their product to the world. Like they don't have the right resources, they don't have the right connections, they don't have the community, they don't have the finances. And so that's where we come in, because we can say, hey, we have a platform here that can leverage your project, like that can help you to get exposure. We can tokenize all the game items. We can create a token for you, and we can use our marketplace to generate funds for your project too. As long as there are people trading your NFTs. One of the ideas, I don't know if you know about this, David, but one of the ideas that I had, when I was thinking about how we can help other developers as well, is for whenever, imagine, like, even let's talk about Army of Crypto. Whenever there are people buying and selling NFTs on the marketplace, for every transaction, we may take a small percentage of the transaction, let's say even 1%, and we're gonna direct that transaction, that percentage of the transaction, into a pool called a game marketing pool. And so this pool is going to be designated for the indie game devs, and he's only going to be able to use this fund to do marketing for his own game. So as long as there are people buying and selling NFTs of the game, there's going to be an income being generated from those transactions, that the purpose of these coins are going to be used to market, to do marketing for his game, and as long as people are buying or selling, we have funds for marketing for his project, and so more users comes to play his game, and more people gets to know about Onyx. So this is a very interesting element that I think it might be a big key. It might play a big role, in the development of the project itself.
See, absolutely. I didn't know about that portion. I'd actually, in my mind, and this is from 2 years ago, the first time I met you, Prime Dev, in the background. My idea has always been to develop a web page that actually allows individuals to look at the different tokens, so they would have the correct address for the token. It was a way to verify that team created that token, because you have copycats. And I wanted to be able to do that, to verify, all right, this is legit, this is legit, this is legit, and these are the market prices for them. Oh, and by the way, we're going to run advertisements for the different games right on that single web page. So that way there would actually be a way to have individuals coming to this chain to have a one, because Ethereum has, I don't know, 2,000 web pages, and you never know where to go, and you just see them pop up. I wanted to be the first one for Onyx to offer that capability, so that way people would not only know if a coin was legit, if a token was legit, but we would be able to host the advertising portion for them to make sure that they're not only seen and heard, but they're pushed to the forefront.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. We're on the same page, even if we don't talk about it. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah. Right. Amazing.
All right. So.
But yeah, let's dive into the game. I'm excited to show what we've got so far.
Okay, so here is the first impression. By the way, we got this yesterday. We literally got this yesterday, right off the hot sheets. So we've been playing it as much as possible to check it out. And this is what happens when you come to the page for the first time. As you can see, we have a welcome to AOC Alpha. We've got some different things, notifications to understand. We've got our first minor glitch, right? Known issues. If you have a friend named Reload, make sure that you read these when you get a chance to do the alpha testing, right? We actually have plenty of things to look at here, not just the game itself. So I'm going to roll through this just so you can see.
If you don't mind, can you just first close the HTML code? Bar on the top there.
Yeah, you want me to close it?
Yeah, you can close that.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to let them see in the background in real time the actual code, but that's cool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no biggie.
Yeah.
All right. So this will probably help those that have smaller screens, like a phone or something, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, here's my little gator and here's my little name to the right side of the screen. We scroll over to settings. We have different settings and and toggles, just works best for you. Going over to the community, immediately you get to see a listing of all our different tweets and some of our things that have come out. So it's pretty nice that you can do this in real time. And then you have basically a way to email us through onixcoin.io. We have emails, and that allows us to be able to kind of monitor the market and speak to a lot of people on the business side. And then, of course, we have our prime communication capabilities, Twitter, Discord, and Telegram itself. Now, when you flip over to the marketplace, this is going to be integrated into, and you can see all the items on the marketplace. It makes it easy to do a quick purchase if you like an NFT, or to even sell an NFT as well. We'll make sure that that is happening later on. And of course, this is the very first alpha phase 1.
Yeah, and also I also wanna add, you know, like even like visual effects, you know, like the UX UI is still very minimal. You know, as we move forward, everything can be much sharper. You know, and this is what people can expect. You know, we can expect consistent improvement. And so just to let everyone knows that this is the first version. You know, it's still kind of like raw in a sense, but you know, there's a lot more to be improved. You know, so just a heads up.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking over the shop, you can see the 3 primary pack types. The legendary packs, it's about probably the only place you'll get a strong legendary. It's going to be fairly difficult. They're going to be expensive. And not only that, but those are super incredibly rare. So, of course, this is done through Onyx itself. So you have to use Onyx in order to buy an AOC pack. There's no direct fiat sale for that. So you'll have to collect Onyx, especially for the lower prices, if you want to be able to make moves. Looking over the inventory tab, you'll be able to create decks that you're going to be able to play with here. As you can see, I've created a test deck, and it just says test, by the way, and then the test deck to the right was actually created just to show how to do it. You'll be able to select all your cards and just build your decks out. I'm going to go ahead and create a match. Now, this is in real time, by the way. So when I create this match, 60 seconds always. It's 30 seconds too short to start with. We can actually bet hertz. We can put titles. We can make it a password, so that way you can put up a creative match and actually give out the password to the person you want to play only. Or you can do optional. You don't have to do that to make it a private game. You can bet NFTs. I would be careful with that. NFTs are quite valuable. And of course, we have multiple map selections. Hall of Wisdom, the Lost Tribe, Gateway 10, Anarchy Strikes, and Dunes itself. Dealer's choice. Which one would you like?
Me?
Yeah.
You can go for Gateway 10.
Yeah, I like Gateway 10 a lot too.
Yeah.
Choose your
All right, Gateway 10 is selected. And then you'll have to select the deck that you want to play with. And this is for everyone who is a part of Alpha. When you do this, I 100% suggest that you use 60 seconds for your turns. It's absolutely too fast to do it any other way, especially learning the game first. During this Alpha phase, we're not going to have any betting. That's turned off because we want you to get used to the game and not lose all your NFTs or all your hertz that you're trying to earn. As you can see, everything pops up. Quick check. And then, of course, you have to be aware of the risk. If you're betting any of your NFTs or your hertz, so you'll need to check this I'm aware of the risk. Of course, we're not betting anything, so that's a good thing. I wouldn't want the CEO to lose all his good cards to me. Match is created. The
betting feature is not ready yet, by the way. You know, but will be soon.
Yep, definitely not ready yet, and we're not going to turn that on until much later to make sure everyone can get used to playing the game. Now, in real time, How many miles are we apart physically? I want to guess you're in central Brazil, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we're about 5,500 miles apart. So that's about two continents. Can you see the match already?
Yes, I'm already joining. So you're gonna.
Outstanding.
Okay, I just joined.
All right. And you can see he just joined. So in real time, that was probably 5 seconds. Already going. We have a match open. Both of us will select 3 soldiers to start with. I just picked the first 3 to get it going. You click on those, waiting for him to click on his 3. And these are the first soldiers you start with. You're actually going to place these on the board. Now, as you can see, we have 18 total tiles. And of course, I go first, right? We wouldn't want him to get an advantage.
And we need to say as well that like this, we first are picking 3 cards that are soldiers. So what does soldier mean? Soldier, in the game we have 3 different types of cards. We have soldiers, we have generals, and we have legendaries. And of course, as you can think about it, soldiers are the weakest cards that we're gonna have, right? So the first move of the game is we need to select 3 soldiers of our deck, the deck that we have chosen to play the match, and we're gonna have to place them with facing down. So David is placing his cards here on the board. I'm gonna take one card right now, and I'm gonna place here. And as you're gonna see, you cannot know you're not gonna know what card I've placed it there, right? So the first movement is placing 3 cards facing down on the board. So that's what we're doing right now. So David, you can go ahead and can place the new one.
Yeah, I want to point out, as you can see to the left, you see a 1, and then you see the arrows on the right on the top of these cards. Those arrows are the positions you can move or attack from.
Yeah.
The 1 is how much it cost for that turn. So obviously, he's put a crypto card up here. I'm going to drop it in that top right corner because I want that arrow to be able to attack his card.
Right. Yeah, the number one that you see up there is the how much mana you're gonna need to summon that card.
And during your turn, you would earn one mana essentially, or 1 point for every turn or every card you defeat, and that would allow you to build your moves up over time.
Yeah.
Now he's placed his second card. I'm going to place my third. I want it to be advantageous for me, of course, so I'm going to point my arrow and get it ready to attack his card in the middle, as you can see.
Right, and as everyone can see, everything here is a strategy, right? It really depends on, okay, how did I build my deck? What kind of cards am I playing with? What kind of arrows does my cards have? And so that all depends on the strategy that I have, right? Because if you change the cards, then you change the strategy that you may play. So I'm going to take my other card here, and I'm going to place right here. Boom. All right.
Yeah, so he said boom, and we had about a 2.5 second delay. That's not bad considering he is literally 5.5 to 6,000 miles away. Not bad. You have a good internet connection, so congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, as you can see, the timer over here is counting down for 60 seconds. I'm going first, so it's already down 15. So you only have a certain amount of time to get going. And you can see the board pretty clearly. Now I can see his cards, what their values are, which directions they can attack from. So if I attack with this bottom left card here toward his panda, when you see that we have an arrow to an arrow. So I can attack any direction that my arrows point out. It's an instant kill.
Or you can move to, right?
Yeah, you can move too. Now I'm running out of time, so I've got to go ahead and move to my next spot or place another card down.
Yeah, you can place another card.
I had to hit done because I was running out of time.
Yeah, no problem. My turn here. Let me see what I can do here. Now I'm going to I'm gonna move this guy here because he might get attacked by you. So I'm just gonna move him here. Boom. Done.
All right, so that's a pretty smart.
Yeah, and you see,
so,
and then you see this. So I speed, right?
Arrows for him. So you can see my arrow was able to attack his card when it was here because he had no arrow to defend with. So that would have been an instant kill with no counterattack whatsoever. Now that he moved his card down to me underneath it, he's able to have an arrow to attack me, and I wouldn't be able to defend anything. So I can't even move in his direction. I can't really attack in his direction. I have to move my arrow. That's a really good move because it pins me down. It's an outstanding move, actually. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and attack what I can win because he's going to kill my other card, guaranteed. Now, during this time, I've got 15 seconds left. And if you look down in the bottom, you can see all the different cards and the amount of nodes or mana to make those moves. I'm going to go ahead and hit done just so we can keep moving forward.
All right. And then you can also notice that your node, the number of nodes are the same as mana, right? So those nodes are the amounts that you need to summon the cards. So it's my turn here. I'm gonna hit this guy here, and I might place a new card over here.
Right, and on my screen you can see that sleeping card. I can't even tell what it's. It can't move. I can't attack it during this phase. It's not until the next turn that it becomes viable.
Yeah, but I need to say that needs to change, because sleeping cards should be able to take attacks, So this is one thing that we're gonna have to implement to make some changes there.
I'm going to go ahead and drag a new card down. As you can see, that cost me 3 nodes.
Right.
Put it down. And now I have 2.
You have 5 nodes, right? Right now I have 2. And then every time you place a new card on the board, that card is on sleeping mode. Means that you cannot move, neither attack for that round.
I went ahead and moved my other card in the bottom left-hand corner up 1, just so I can try to, strategize this a little bit.
All right, my turn. And so everybody can also see that, it's still very minimal in regards to visual effects, right? The visual effects are going to be implemented later. Because, right now we only have the attack cards being played, but we also going to have the magic cards. The magic cards, we're going to be able to rotate the cards on the board. We're going to be able to rescue a defeated card from the chamber. The magic cards are actually gonna be amazing when it comes to playing and executing strategies.
And I do want to warn you guys, the game itself, you have 30, 45, and 60 seconds available to choose for turns. You should really play 60 seconds. 30 seconds, you have very little time. It is a real chess match. 60 seconds is minimum that you'll need. I will tell you that having the best cards will not guarantee success. That I promise you. Having good cards and the best strategy, that is what matters. This is real chess.
Yep.
I would want to say this is a mixture of chess itself and Chinese checkers. And then you add in new elements like magic cards, and it becomes a very strategic game to play 100%.
Oh yeah. And maybe you can select, so everyone can see that every time you select a card in the bottom, that card is displayed on the right side of the screen. And so that's for players to see that, this is the card that you selected and the attributes of that card.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had to make that move quick because I was running out of time.
Yeah,
but as you can see, I used my stronger general card to attack his card, but really that was just a power play. I just used numbers over. I had a card in play that allowed me to attack a bare bone side. If you don't have arrows on a card, that means that card is vulnerable in that way. And you can see he just dropped a card down in the bottom left-hand corner, and I believe I can see its little arrows. And then he moved his another card down, so he has 2 cards that can now attack me for the next turn, and I have no way to attack back. No arrows to defend down there. That's a very good move. Well, why would he not have good moves? Of course. I'm probably gonna let that card get sacrificed, and I'm gonna stick up another card.
Yep.
That might.
Yeah, and I also want to say, sacrifices sometimes is also part of the strategy. Like sometimes you're gonna need to let one card die to keep going with your strategy. So it's also very important to mention that. And the same as whenever you're playing chess, right? Sometimes you're gonna allow this piece to be defeated because you wanna use this for your advantage to defeat your opponent. So it's also part of the strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. So you will sacrifice, you will bait, you will do, because when you play chess, this is an old boss of mine, an old mentor that I used to many of you don't know, but I used to do a little bit of what we would call bodyguard work. So my old boss would get to meet people from all around the world and have to do things, and I would always ask him his strategies in private because I was very interested in how to run projects like that. And his strategies were always similar. You play the person, not the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very real
Exactly.
strategy when it comes to this game, for sure.
All right, so I'm gonna place another card right here.
I assume he's going to put a card right
No, I don't have enough nodes to play a card.
So you're going to have to pass that.
Yeah, I'll just pass.
All right, so my strategy is starting to pay off, sacrificing that card because he has nobody to defend that one.
And I also want to mention, whenever people are testing, if there is any glitch, like so. For example, if you notice that you've moved a card and you've seen something weird, like either the image of the card is weird, or maybe sometimes we are doing a couple tests here and we've seen that the card got duplicated on the board. That's a glitch. So what you need to do at that time, if you want to fix and keep playing, is you need to refresh. And so refresh here on my computer, I have a Mac, is Command R. So whenever I play Command R, the system restarts on my end here, and I join the match once again. And then I go back to where I was, So because people are gonna.
Yeah. I was hoping to actually show
Right.
it if it happened because it happened at the end of the last match, but now the games are running. Loading. This should pop up. There we go. Go straight back to battle, arena, and here is the game that is currently open. When I click on this bad boy, I am back in the game. That took a total of 8.5 seconds, maybe.
Right.
So in real time, that was fantastic.
Yeah, because what people need to expect people need to expect to find glitches. This is not the time to play the game perfectly. This is the time to play the game and understand that there are going to be bugs, there are going to be errors, and the point of testing the game right now is literally to find those errors. Once you find an error, you can go to the Army of Crypto forum and you can create a ticket there, and allow us what you have found. And as David have said, like we're going to give bounties to people that help us to test the game, and report useful and real bugs. You know, so this is something that people should be aware too.
And we'll collect the bugs over the first month, and that way we can prioritize the best things. Because if it's just something very, very insignificant and we were already fixing it anyway, then it's only worth 25 or 50 onyx. If it's a major bug, and by the way, I do want to point this out. If your timer runs out, you get an automatic pass. It automatically passes you like you didn't do anything for that turn. I'd already made my moves, and I allowed the timer to run out just so you could see that. And if you cannot make a move at all, you can't place a card, you can't move a card, you can't do anything, you're pretty much stuck, you will have automatic passes. So this means that you have 3 chances to try to do something. If you cannot do something 3 times in a row for an automatic pass, you actually lose the game automatically. So this is useful for when you're playing the game and somebody times out on their end. It's very useful for that because it provides an opportunity for the match to continue but still end, so that way it's not hanging for no reason.
Yeah.
And that was pretty quick. I just attacked once, didn't put any cards up, didn't do anything fancy, and passed it on to him. He's getting kind of locked corner here, but we've been chatting quite a bit, so strategy wasn't our main focus.
Yeah. But yeah, you got some pretty good cards, man.
I just want to real quick. You can give some sound effects to see the sound effects before you finish the match.
Yeah, I totally forgot that I turned them off. Can you hear them?
Yep, I can.
Okay, good. When it's my turn, I'll move some cards around just so you can hear them. You can hear the actual match running in the background. And I do want to point out one other thing that we have not talked about. You can actually chat with your opponent in real time over there in the chat. So this allows you to be able to just kind of look at cards and be able to chat with a person. Probably trash talk, but if you have time to trash talk, then you're probably not playing that well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I just did a click and drag instead of just clicking, and I'm just going to go ahead and put another card on the board in the sleep state. Now, I personally love the timer being around the moon. That's a little moon over there. That was one of the things Alejandro actually put forth that we enjoyed for graphics. And we'll see some things develop over time, of course. But we have some pretty cool ideas graphically. Now I'm waiting on...
Man, you won this game, man. I'm pretty trapped here.
Do you have any more cards to play?
I do. I'm just gonna put them because I feel like anywhere I place a card, you're gonna kill me. But let me see here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna place a card so I can sacrifice it, so that way they can hear what it sounds like when my card gets defeated. Now, if you look in the center of the board, I just dropped this panda on here, and you'll be able to see his card can attack bear side. Now, its attack is 55, my defense is 76, but I have no arrow to defend with, so this is going to be an instant kill, just like that. As soon as we we have the action. Oh, that's right. My card was in sleep state, so he attacked the other card. And as you can see, he used our CryptoBot card, and he attacked my general. And because my general had no defense there, even though it was a far superior card, it was the strategy that did it. Now I can't take this general and just attack him because there's no arrow pointed there. It doesn't do me any good whatsoever. So strategy is real in this game. You can't just have the best cards to win. You have to actually strategize. And if it was just going to be whoever bought the best cards, this game wouldn't take off. But the strategy element, there's millions and millions of people who play nothing but strategy games worldwide.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this fact. Anybody can win any day.
And once you click a card, they see a couple slots are blinking, and that's where you can either move or attack.
So you can see he used his, this is a medium general. Is it a weak general or a regular?
I think it's a weak general.
Right, so he used this weak general to overpower the card, but I'm about to show you how my strong soldier, who is not overpowering, is going to win this match because he will be able to attack a bare bone side. There's no arrow to defend, and that's really part of the strategy. There is not a single card or NFT that's been created, and there's 1 million NFTs in totality for this game. There's not a single one of them that covers the entire card. Everybody has a weakness. No matter how good a card is, no matter how much power it has, everyone has a weakness. And it really does make the playing field considerably better. So far you can see we're chatting a lot during this, but matches really do take about 15 to 20 minutes. A good match will last 15 minutes. You know, when you're really trying to use your strategy, trying to use the cards you have on hand, and just kind of set up your opponent, it will take a little more than nothing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have just one card remaining here in my hands.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and dump my last one on.
But you pretty much won the game.
Yeah, oh, and we'll be able to see this for the next turn. You have the option to actually give up during the game. Like, if you're getting slaughtered, the other guy is just, you know, the cards landed where they landed, you have the option to give up at any time. You have the option to pass automatically at any time.
I'll just...
Alright, so he went ahead and clicked give up, and automatically this is not bad considering the distance and because we're going through 2 ISP providers and a continent converter, so we're talking probably 15 different legs for your internet connection. And what some of you don't know, this is what I teach. I actually teach networking worldwide, so it's kind of amazing to see this in real time, and to actually understand what happens in the background to your packets, the data you create. Conclude match. And now we have, later on, we'll be able to do something called replay, where you can look at any match that you played, probably within a certain limit or number of. We don't want to have too much on the server set. But as you can see, hosted, time, who won, it was finished, yada, yada, yada. All of that will be available. And just look up, we have battle types, soldier, general, legendary battles. Legendary battles are going to be awesome in the future, by the way. You can bet NFTs. You can bet 1 or even 2 of them. I would get to know the game better before you decide to lose any NFTs. Don't get suckered like that. And then we have Hertz, of course. You can bet quite a bit of Hertz. Are we gonna be betting who's gonna actually own
Man,
5,000 hertz for
I
a
think
while?
I think it's going to be amazing the fact that people are going to be able to bet NFTs, and bet hertz as well, because both are valuable within the game ecosystem. You're going to need hertz to upgrade your cards,
Have
and as long as you have hertz, you can swap. You can also swap those hertz that you're gonna. You only the only mainly the only way to gain hertz is through playing the game, right? You're gonna gain a certain amount of hertz as you play the game, and the more you play, the more you have. And at some point, you're gonna be able to go and swap those hertz to Onyx, and then once you have Onyx, you can trade. You can go on the exchange. You can trade it. You can sell it. You can do whatever you want with your hertz, or you can buy even more NFTs. And so that's going to be quite a powerful tool, and the fact that people are going to be able to bet NFT as well is going to be amazing. So for example, in this match I lost. So if we were betting one NFT, then the system would blindly pick one of my cards. I don't even know which card is going to be. Neither you do. So the system will pick one of the cards and it's going to transfer my NFT from my wallet to your wallet, and this is something amazing. I know when you add the betting system into games, people love even more, especially if it's a strategy game, so it's quite an exciting feature.
I can guarantee you this, that if you bought a $300 legendary pack and you lost your strong legendary, that's $150 card.
Yeah, right.
I'm not betting $150 card. No way. I don't want to lose my good cards. And I
Right,
want to
but
play. Right. And
But
maybe some.
if you don't, you still can back those cards, right? Because I mean, like in the end, what's the point of buying them and not using them, But the thing is, like in the system, you're also gonna be able to buy insurance. So once you apply insurance to your card, even though if you lost the match, that card won't be transferred as long as you have the insurance. Do you
Yeah, I was
understand?
hoping. Yeah, I didn't know if we wanted to talk about it yet or not. That's kind of why I threw it out. Thanks for literally being on the same wavelength as me. I wanted to point out that we would have the ability to protect your most valued assets, because
Right,
they will become really valued over time. Um, Obviously, the intro value is significant, but over time, when it comes to tournaments, that's something that we haven't publicly talked about very much. We plan to have tournaments for not only individuals, but for groups. We want guilds to form, and that's one of the
yep,
things that we're looking in the future. And they'll be available, and we'll be doing things like that. Just know that this isn't the final product. This is the beginning of a product line.
right. Yep. So pretty excited to see how it goes. I think we got some questions here. Let's see what questions we have, and we can wrap this up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want me to read?
Trey, what do we got?
You want me to read them out? Here we have a couple of questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we have a couple of questions here. Let me get to the first one. It's from a member named Don Juan. I don't know if I got his name correct. He's asking, what makes the Army of Crypto game different from other play to earn projects and its benefits?
All right. Well, first of all, I've never seen a game like ours. I've never seen a game that you're playing with uh, in a game board that it has octagons, that it really depends on where you can move and where you can attack. So the level of strategy in our game is very complex. It's not just like the other card games that you can basically just attack and defend yourself. Like, so the level of strategy of Army of Crypto makes the game quite unique, and also the fact that you can bet NFTs and hertz. I think it's one key factors that makes the game even more unique.
Yeah, let me reward that a little bit. So, if you've ever played Medal of Honor or Modern Warfare, any of those games, everybody knows that if you have a game set up where you just pay to win, you pay for the best gear, you pay for this, you pay for that, you just pay to win, eventually the core audience fizzles out because they don't want to do that. They want to have a game that's fair. You can't just pay to win with this game. You have to play, and you have to play well. That's the biggest difference for a lot of major games. That pay to win environment is not fun for people because you get some person with a credit card who spends $3,000 and suddenly they're winning, not because they're better, they just bought better stuff. In this game, you can't just simply buy the best decks and expect to win. You have to play well.
Yep, exactly.
I totally agree with that 100%.
What do we got next, Trey?
Alright, the next question is from Maui. He's asking, if you gamble on one of your cards, is there a way to set it as soldier only, general only, legendary only, magic only? Example for it like this.
Well, if he's referring to what card you would be putting at risk when you're playing and betting, no, because the system would blindly pick one of the cards that you've used during that match. So no one really knows. Would be a random pick, right? So it could be a magic, it could be a soldier, a weak soldier, it could be a strong legendary. So nobody's gonna know, and that's the fun. That's because it's gonna be a fun fact, because you may lose a strong card, but in the same way, if you win the game, you may also win a strong card. So it's fun both ways.
And this is where
I like that.
And this is where you also mentioned the insurance. This is where the insurance comes in handy, and also the use case for Hertz, because you will need Hertz to buy insurance for your cards to protect your cards. So it'll be very important to stock some Hertz before you start betting your cards. Stock some Hertz, protect your deck, and then you can start betting your deck, betting your cards like this. So you need strategy in everything in the game, not just playing. Even for betting, you need to know when is the right time and all that stuff. You need to ensure.
Maybe we should bring the leaderboard requirements in reward system that we plan to have in place.
Yeah, we were trying to get that out maybe as soon as possible. We will see how long it takes. I think a couple of weeks maybe.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one probably in the next AMA. So there's going to be a way for you to be on the leaderboards. The more you play, the more you win. There will be a way for you to actually earn in-game currency Hertz in order to protect yourself and to upgrade your cards later on. Very important, but we haven't talked about it very much yet.
Yeah.
Another question just came in from Crypto Queen. They're asking how long do we expect each stage to last, alpha and beta stages, between each stages.
Well, this is a very unpredictable question right now. To be honest, I don't know exactly the answer. It will really depend, on the speed that we're gonna carry on for now. But I think it's not gonna be too long. I would say, like, from my understanding, maybe we could be on beta stage within a couple of months. Maybe 3-4 months, maybe, I don't know. It's very hard to say, because the game development is something quite complex, and sometimes it can take longer than expected. So we just hope to be there as soon as possible. But I wouldn't see less than 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I'm going to go one step further, because devs versus what a CEO is going to say versus what a PR person is going to say, they're all going to be different answers. A dev is going to say 36 days if everything goes right. And then you're going to have a CEO that's going to give you a nice, smooth answer, and then you're going to have a PR person that's going to spin it. So I'm a little bit more of a PR person. So for me, I'm going to say around 60 days is our goal mark. That's going to be a good marker. However, we have to be reasonable and understand that we might flex earlier or later depending on the amount of bugs or if we have to do any changes as far as the data. And by the way, we still have elements to add into the game with the magic cards. So it's not this is probably only a 70% product right now. But the 70% is not bad. We just need to allow time for developers and for the alpha test group to not only enjoy the game, but get to learn and love the strategy of the game, and at the same time provide feedback for us so we can make our product the best that we can.
Yep.
Seems like another question is coming in. Just give me a sec. Okay, it seems it's just a compliment. It's not a question. Very polished presentation. Thanks everyone.
Uh,
That was from Jeremy Corbin. Jeremy Corbin.
Thanks for being here.
Outstanding. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for being here for sure. So, I think that's probably going to be it for us.
Yep.
Tordan, do you have anything that you want to cap with?
No, I mean, I'm just wanna say thanks to everyone that participated. You know, thanks to you and Trey to put this together too. You know, and I'll look forward for the next one, and to even show some more progress in the development of the game.
Yeah, the next AMA that we're going to schedule like this, I'm going to say it's going to be about 4 weeks or about 30 days. So that way we can go through bugs, we can fix some things, we can see
Yep.
what happens. But I want to remind the ones that have remained on with us, number one, thank you so much. Number two, we'll look to see the same names, and we might be able to div out some prizes just as a thank you. Because it's not important that you're here for us. It's important that you're here for you. Because you get to see the product. You get to know what's going to happen. So we just want to thank you for being the OGs, the first ones in the door. And July 4th is our target to drop the alpha for the alpha testing. So I just want you guys to be excited as we are about that.
Yep. And if you haven't bought any NFT pack yet, do it. Do it fast. No, do it fast. Get your Onyx, get your NFT, and get ready to play.
Yeah, and everyone that attended the AMA, send me your username, your Army of Crypto username, and I'll send you some Onyx for attending the AMA. So remember to send your username, Army of Crypto username, in the other Army of Crypto group, or help and feedback, help and frequently asked questions, and I will get some Onyx sent to you guys.
All right.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tordan, for being here. Trey, thank you so much for being Johnny on the spot. And everybody else, I want you to have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you very soon.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.